just over 2 weeks to go to the Silverrudder 2022. Here we are with the beautiful Svendborg Sound behind us, all getting lined up, set, ready for the sailing event of the year, and we can't wait to see you here. We just thought we'd cut a short film for you to just tell a little bit about what's been going on during the last, 8 months, 10 months since the race. We all remember the sudden and tragic death of Ole Ingemann. We're all recovering from that. Sten Lunde has taken over the management of the race, and we're working very, very hard to make the event at least as incredible as it's been all the previous years. A lot's been going on. Actually, today, several women sailors that have registered the race are meeting on a webinar in Germany to prepare themselves for the race. We're all getting lined up for the fantastic X99 One Design solo event, which is going to be a race within the race, never to have been seen before. No fewer than 20 X99s are lined up ready for this. And the winner of that race will be winning the fabulous X99 One Design Spinnaker, which has been kindly sponsored by X Yachts and Elfstrom. Excited about that. Another race within the race is the Seascape 27 SE First. Also a One Design race within the race again. Single-handed Eurosaf Championship, single-handed race around Funen, which we're really excited about. Peter Idman won last year, the tough Swede. Can't wait to see whether he's going to be able to defend his title this year. I know that his competitors are going to be chomping at his heels to take away the medal and the trophy from him. Other than that, we've got so many new sailors this year, which is really nice. A lot of people that haven't raced the Silverrudder before. And a lot of those sailors are there to take the challenge and not necessarily to race like a bat out of hell like a lot of the other boats. Now we've got another lineup of beautiful boats to participate in the race, some boats we haven't seen before. Hopefully Jan Hansen will have his Haliolis 30, which is on its way from Dubai. We're all really excited and looking forward to that. One of the things we'd like to talk to you about on this short film clip is that how to prepare. Now, I wrote a short message on Facebook a few days ago, but I'd like to sort of recap on that now. Those of you, especially the first-time sailors, we'd like to ask you to spend some time reading the sailing instructions and the statutes for the Silverrudder. Now, within the statutes, there's a whole list of all the various equipment that you have to have on the boat. Now, the list is very simple. It's really not complex, but there have been some breaches of the rules in previous years where we've had to ask people to either go out and get the equipment, or we've simply said to people that they can't race their boats. Seems like a hell of a shame to come all the way to Svendborg and not be allowed to race. For example, you must have navigational lights on your boat that comply with the international collision avoidance rules. Now, you can't have a strobe light. I've said this year after the year, and this year we'll be testing. After the skipper's meeting, we'll be going to the harbour and checking that boats actually do have correct lights, not just strobe lights. So make sure you've got the right lights on board. Make sure your pyrotechnics are within the expiry date. We'll be checking those again. Thanks to our Performance Sports School, and their students who will be helping us do the safety checks again this year. You will also be tracked 24 hours a day throughout the entire race. There'll be 10 youngsters with their computers all lined up, tracking your boats to make sure that everybody's safe and nobody's running off course, or that we're generally safe within the race. Yeah? Now, with regards to preparation, it's not only the matter of the equipment, it's not only a matter of having read the sailing instructions, it's also important you spend hours on the water. You've got to spend some hours on the water. Find out where your limits are. Find out how much wind you and your boat can take on this very first time around Funen for the Silverrudder Challenge. Find out whether or not you're capable of setting and jibing your spinnaker and your jennikers in heavy weather. Check out to see what angles your various head sails they can sail at. Make sure that your jennikers and your spinnakers and your code zeros are all lined up on rolls and ready to go. Make sure your safety lines are on deck, are there to help you, and not just something you're going to trip up on during the race. Make sure your autopilot is familiar to you. Make sure you know the limitations and restrictions and how much sea and waves and what angles the autopilot is most effective. You're probably going to need it when setting and dousing sails especially. It's quite windy here in Svendborg. Now, make sure also that you're completely familiar with your chart plotters and your GPS and your navigational equipment. You have to make sure they know exactly what it can do and what it can't do for you. Now, just to make sure you're entirely prepared. Also have some considerations about what you're going to eat during the trip. Have your food prepared in advance. Have small lunch packages ready. It's all part of the important preparation, yeah? So my best advice is to read the sailing instructions carefully, make sure you've got the equipment, know the rules, they're quite simple, and you'll all be set to go. Now, with just over 2 weeks to go, we'd really like to urge you to come here as early as possible. All boats can arrive between the 3rd and the 11th of September and stay in the harbour at a reduced rate. And after that, it's free of charge for you to come and stay in Svendborg. We know the race doesn't start till the 16th, but to be quite honest with you, I'm going to be racing myself this year, and I look forward to the day before. Thursday, the 15th of September, is, in my opinion, the very best day of the Silver Challenge. 400 plus boats, all lined up, all friends, all getting to know each other, all helping each other out, in a real you'll never sail alone spirit. Now, we look forward to seeing you here in Svendborg very soon. Write to us on Facebook or drop us an email if there's anything you might have a question about. And remember, you can change your boat until 2 weeks before the race. We look forward to seeing you really soon in Svendborg. All from here now. See you soon.